24 hours before the survey at the Gyanvapi mosque ordered by the court was to begin, Akbaruddin Owaisi turned up at the tomb of the man who is accused of razing the Gyanvapi temple to the ground and building a mosque on top of the ruins. Now, questions are being asked about after the court battle was lost. This is a deliberate attempt by Akbaruddin Owaisi to try and rub salt into the wound of the believers. Remember, this is happening even as Asaduddin Owaisi yesterday reacted to the verdict from the Varanasi court, saying that this was a BJP RS agenda. On the one hand, talking about how peace must be maintained in the country, and on the other brother goes and deliberately tries to rub salt into the wounds of the people who are still trying to take the legal route to try and find out the truth of Gyanvapi.
इस मुल्क के साथ सही मायने में गद्दारी की औरंगजेब ने, और इसी औरंगजेब के कब्र में मत्था टेकने वाले ओवैसी को आप छोड़ दोगे? यही है तुम्हारा साहस, यही तुम्हारी हिम्मत। सही मायने में अगर राजद्रोह लगाना है तो इस मुल्क के साथ जिस औरंगजेब ने गद्दारी की और उसके कब्र पर जिसने मत्था टेका, उन पर जाकर के राजद्रोह लगाइए।
Asaduddin Owaisi and Akbaruddin Owaisi are PhD holders from the school of hate politics, but it can take no action on the likes of Akbaruddin Owaisi, who made a provocative and inflammatory speech in Maharashtra, who went and visited the tomb of terrorist Aurangzeb, who was responsible for demolition of so many Hindu mandirs and putting of jizya tax on Hindus. This is the state of the Shiv Sena run government in Maharashtra, that it can put sedition on those who chant Hanuman Chalisa.
Now, all of this is happening even as people have requested that the legal route be taken to try and figure out what the truth of Gyanvapi is. Remember, yesterday Asaduddin Owaisi said that he could predict a rerun of what happened to the Babri Masjid, this time in Gyanvapi. He asked for peace to be maintained in the country. He called the judgment an agenda of the BJP, but on the other hand, his brother is going and paying his respect to the very man, the very tyrant who was not only accused of razing Hindu temples to the ground, including the temple in Varanasi, but also slaughtering Hindus by the hundreds. What really is the intent? Is this a deliberate poking and provocation?
Not be changed. This is the first step, in my opinion, to change the nature and character of the Gyanvapi Masjid. And as a Muslim, I have lost a Babri Masjid. I have learned lessons, bitter lessons from what happened in 1948 when, in a surreptitious way, idols were placed. I have learned very bitterly that when Rajiv Gandhi was the Prime Minister, when no computers were there, a 20-30 page order was given without hearing the Muslim side. I have learned a bitter lesson that despite giving a commitment to Supreme Court, the masjid was demolished and no one was convicted. So I have to learn from these lessons, and that is why I say that I have lost one masjid. I do not want to lose another masjid.
But
as a proud Indian, I don't want this country to be thrown into a turmoil which existed pre-demolition and post-demolition. That is why I am of the opinion that immediately the Masjid Committee should go to the Supreme Court before the summer vacation starts and stop this blatant violation of the Parliament Act and the Supreme Court judgment. That is what I want from the committee and the personal board to do. These are all legally protected monuments.
sir, you are talking about...
Madam, please understand that this issue has been decided by the whole country, apart from Babri Masjid. Why are you opening up these issues? You have a vested interest. You want to plunge this country into the same environment of 1980s and post-1992. This is your main agenda.
Whose agenda?
Minar, an ASI protected monument.
Whose agenda?
Going to Islam Masjid, doing Puja in an ASI protected monument in Kashmir with the presence of Lieutenant Governor. What does that tell you?
Whose agenda, sir?
It is the agenda of BJP and the Sangh Parivar.
All right, just hours left for the survey to start. Why is this deliberate provocation happening now? Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of BJP, joins us along with Sri Raj Nayan, national spokesperson of Vishwa Hindu Parishad, Adil Nazir Khan, political analyst, Khaleequr Rehman, political analyst, Sanju Verma. Many people are saying, in fact, let me ask Khaleequr Rehman, why honor Aurangzeb, Khaleequr Rehman? Why?
Aurangzeb was this Islamic scholar and he was a saint. And yeah, and let me tell you. So whatever is being said and written about Aurangzeb is, the distortion of the facts. So he has not, demolished any mosque. He has not destroyed any mosque.
Wow.
And rather, he always believed in the communal harmony. He believed in the universal brotherhood. So I mean, coming to Mr. Akbaruddin Owaisi going there.
Let's quickly first get Sanju Verma's thoughts on this. Aurangzeb was a scholar, a saint, and worked for communal harmony. I am surprised you are not asking him for him to be knighted in retrospect. Let's give him Bharat Ratna also. Sanju Verma.
Padmaja, if Aurangzeb was a hero and worked for communal harmony, then Asaduddin Owaisi is Elvis Presley. Coming to the moot point, this is not Sanju Verma saying it. Famous historian S.A. Rizvi and another historian and thinker Richard Eaton, they have said that for the 49-year rule under Aurangzeb, 4.6 million Hindus were killed and an equal number, 4.6 million additionally were converted. So imagine 12 to 13 million Hindus either converted or butchered and slaughtered to death. They say under the Mughal rule, more than 60,000 Hindu temples were demolished. Please, this is not your turn. I refuse to debate like this. Either you have...
No, let him answer. So Khaleequr Rehman, she's given the statistics. How exactly was he spreading communal harmony by killing people? Quickly respond to that. Khaleequr Rehman. Communal harmony by killing.
The statistics, the figures given by the esteemed panelist has absolutely no basis.
I don't get.
And these are all baseless statistics, and the only agenda is to create the hatred.
Padmaja, can I please finish?
Okay, your statistics are there to
the Hindus and the Muslims and the people of the other faiths in India.
Somnath Temple demolished itself.
Why only now?
To create hate. Okay, just a second. Khaleequr Rehman, respond. Sanju Verma. Somnath Temple demolished itself to create hate. Go on.
I just want to say, rather repeat the statistics that I gave out. 4.6 million Hindus captured and slaughtered by Aurangzeb. Another 4.6 million forcibly converted by Aurangzeb. These are not data points given by the BJP. These are data points given by a Muslim, S.A. Rizvi, and another British thinker called Richard Eaton. Point number one. Point number two. What is the need for Akbaruddin Owaisi to go and pay obeisance at the mazar of Aurangzeb when as recently as 21st April 2022, barely 3 weeks ago, from the ramparts of the Red Fort, no less than Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that, we need to remember the sacrifices made by Guru Tegh Bahadur. We were celebrating that day the 400th Prakash Parab of Guru Tegh Bahadur, who in 1675 was slaughtered mercilessly by who? Aurangzeb. Who killed Sambhaji Maharaj in 1689 simply because he refused to Aurangzeb? Who? Because he refused to convert? Aurangzeb. Created trouble for Shivaji Maharaj repeatedly? Aurangzeb. So please stop waxing eloquent about how great Aurangzeb was.
Adil Nazir Khan, it's not only Hindus, Sikh gurus, Marathas, everyone faced the tyranny of Aurangzeb, and today of all things, is this not a deliberate provocation saying, all right, you may have gone the legal route, but look, we are going to continue to finger you? Adil Nazir Khan.
Padmaji, whatever is happening in country right now, that's really unfortunate. When we should discuss about the economy, employment and the other issues, the burning issues of the country.
Mr. Khan, that Akbaruddin Owaisi should go to the RBI instead of going to Aurangzeb's tomb. You are sitting here talking about economy and going and paying respect to Aurangzeb.
I am coming to the point, Padmaji. If you have invited me, let me give.
Yeah, but it's one thing now. You keep saying, oh, what is the most important thing in the country? Inflation. Who do you go and pay your respect to, Aurangzeb?
What you want to listen? Actually, what you are discussing about the Mughal rule and the.
I am not discussing Mughal rule, sir. You are not a historian. I do not need to discuss Mughal rule with you. All I want to know is what is the point of the AIMIM legislators and MPs going and paying respect to a murderer and a marauder? Period.
He was not a murderer. He was not a murderer.
What was he?
Golden period for whole India. It was a golden period for whole India.
Please, don't use this language.
Aurangzeb was ruling India. It was a golden period.
It was a golden period.
The statement of our BJP spokesperson.
No, it's not a BJP spokesperson, my friend. Khaleequr Rehman, this is what history has recorded. You can call it a golden period, but this might be the alternate history.
There is no proof. Whatever is written in the history, it is all distorted. And these are all
Sriraj Nair. That was a golden period. Perhaps Mr. Owaisi had gone to the tomb praying for the resurrection of Aurangzeb, so that we return to that golden period.
Padmaja, as far as I understand, Mr. Owaisi went to Aurangabad to lay the foundation stone for an educational institution there. And from there, I think he would have gone there to pay the respect. So what is wrong in that? Because people of all faiths go there.
Okay, let Sriraj Nair also respond. Maybe he will also be moved by your golden period. Maybe he also longs for a golden period. Listen to Mr. Nair also.
Hindu-Muslim debate, Babri Masjid debate, Ramzan, Maha.
अरे भाई आपको एक सेकंड
For 2024, they don't have what they will say to.
आदिल नजीर खान, आपको नहीं करनी है डिबेट तो आप क्यों आए हैं? आप खुद ही से आए हैं ना, आपको बांध के थोड़ा ना लाया गया है. You come for a debate, then you say, why are we having a debate? अरे, don't do a debate. You don't want to do it, don't do it. If you think this is irrelevant, if it is irrelevant, why is he going to the tomb of Aurangzeb? Sriraj Nair.
First of all, my fellow panelist, I don't know his name. So he is saying he was working for communal harmony. This Aurangzeb, the terrorist, he jailed his own father. He killed his own brother, Darashiko, and he imposed jazias on non-Muslims. And the problem is, now I'm telling you, as Madam BJP also rightly said, many Hindus were converted, and I'm quite sure even Akbaruddin Owaisi's taking name. If we go back to 3-4 generations, they're all going to do those things. The problem with the subcontinent Muslims is grave identity crisis. Neither the Arab accept them. They cannot buy a single piece of land in the Arab world. They cannot marry a woman from the Arab world. They cannot get citizenship in the Arab world. They live in a grave identity crisis. That is the reason Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb was an invader. What has Aurangzeb got to do with the Muslims? Why they want to make him their fathers? Now in Pakistan they treat.
Khaleequr Rehman.
I am unable to understand why so much hatred. Actually, because we have to now, I think, discuss about the economy. We have to discuss about the development. But unnecessarily, the politics of hatred are being discussed here on this national channel.
You are absolutely right. We should discuss all of that and more, and which is all the more reason that it was a completely needless and perhaps deliberate attempt on the part of the AIMIM MLA on this day to go and try and bring back into focus again a man called Aurangzeb. He is best relegated to history, a rather bloody history at that. Please do not try and revive ghosts for which our country has paid very dearly.
Please don't use such words actually, because this is not in the interest of, panelists, not in the interest of the channel, not in the interest of the country.
Sir, it is in the interest of the country to not try and own up to a man or try and appropriate a man who was, by the way, not an Indian. He was an invader, he was a marauder and a murderer. Please. we are not going to sit here and rewrite history and reopen old wounds. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Sanju Verma, quick break.